Imagine you have a messy dataset. You could present the raw data as it is, but that wouldn't be very impressive or informative. Instead, you can format cells to turn that data into a polished, professional-looking report. Hey there, Excel enthusiasts! Welcome to Exceldemy, your go-to destination for mastering Excel and Excel VBA-related challenges. I'm Shahriar Abrar Rafid, and in today's video, I'll be showing a detailed guide on how to format cells in Excel. So, let's roll up our sleeves and get started. For this tutorial, I'll be using Microsoft Excel 365. In Excel, cell formatting determines how your data looks without changing its actual value. By default, cells use the general format, displaying data as entered. If I enter a random name in cell B4 and press enter, you can see it's left aligned in the cell where the format is general. Again, if I enter a number, then it will be aligned right in that cell generally. However, Excel can automatically adjust formatting based on what you type. For instance, it recognizes date or scientific notation. If you enter 10/3/2023, Excel will detect it as date. Also, entering a long number will format the cell in scientific notation format. You can also manually format cells to control how data appears. For example, you can limit decimal places or choose date and time formats. Behind the scenes, Excel keeps the original data intact for calculations, making formatting a powerful tool for visual representation without altering the data itself. However, when you check the number in the formula bar, you will observe the original inserted value. You can change the formatting manually. To do this, you have to use the Format Cells feature in Excel. Explaining this is the main intent of my today's tutorial. I think formatting is the widely used feature of Excel. Before any calculation, organizing the dataset in a clean and concise manner is the most important thing to do. So, I'll show you formatting cells practically with this messy dataset. At first, I'll apply borders to my dataset to distinguish each entry from one another. Select the entire dataset in the B4 to G16 range. Go to the Home tab in the Font group of commands. Click on the drop-down arrow beside the border icon. Here, you can see the last used border type visible in the icon. From the available options, select All Borders. Look, the data is now more readable. In the second stage, I'll convert the first row of data, which is in row 4, into column headers. To do this, select cells in the B4 to G4 range. In the Home tab, on the Font group, click on the bold icon. Alternatively, press Ctrl B to make them bold. Then, I'll increase the font size to stand them out from others. You can see their present font size is 11. Click on the drop-down arrow and select 12 as the font size to make them a bit bigger. Also, you can use the Increase Font Size and Decrease Font Size icon to change the font size one step up or down. Now, I'll apply a background color to the cells of the column headers. In the Font group, click on the Fill Color drop-down and select any color you prefer. Here, I am selecting a light shade, which is Orange Accent to Lighter 80%. Next, make them middle aligned and center aligned from the Alignment group. Now, it looks more like column headers. At this time, I want to make the text Formatting Cells the title of this dataset. To do this, select cells in the B2 to G2 range. In the Alignment section, click on the Merge and Center option. It combines these selected cells into one larger cell and center align the content within the merged cell. Increase the font size to 14 and press Ctrl B to make them bold. You can change the font color. In the Font group, you can find the Font Color option. Click on the drop-down arrow and select Dark Red from the standard colors. Now, I need to create an underline to make it look like a title. In the Font group of commands, you can find the Underline feature icon. Click on it. See, it just underlines the word, not the entire cell. So, what should I do now? Let's undo the action with the Ctrl Z keyboard shortcut. Then, click on the Border drop-down arrow. From the available options, select Thick Bottom Border. And yay! It looks so perfect now. Texts are generally aligned left in Excel. So make the employee names like that. Select all the names in the C5 to C16 range and click on the Align Left icon in the Alignment group. Do the same to the city column also. Let's format the salary column now. As they are currency related data, I'll change them to currency format. Select the data in the salary column go to the Numbers section, click on the Number Format drop-down icon. Here, select the Currency option. It uses 2 decimal places and a 1000 separator, which remains as default. And as the symbol, it uses the $sign. Now, let's make them middle aligned and center aligned. Then, look at the attachment of the symbol to the numbers. If I've used the accounting format, the output will be kind of the same, but it will align the currency symbol to the left while aligning values to the right border of the cell. Let's see it. In the number section, click on the Accounting Number Format icon. And that's it. Now, I'll change the format of the target completed column. At present, they are in the decimal format. Let's change them to the percentage format for better understanding. Select the entire data in column G. In the number group, select the percentage style icon or use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl plus Shift plus percentage to do the same. And they got formatted in percentage style. Make them center aligned. You can also apply fraction format to the same column. Let's see how. In the number section, click on the number format drop-down. Here, I'll select the fraction format. And that's it. Last but not least, I'll format the zip code. Select the data in the zip code column, go to the number section, click on the number format drop-down icon and select more number formats. It will open the Format Cells dialog box. Here, in the number tab, go to the special category. As the type, select zip code +4 as there are 9 digits in each number and you can see the sample from here. Also, you can use this category for phone number and social security number format also. Click OK and see the magic happen. Make it center aligned. That's how you can quickly format your dataset in the shortest possible time. Until now, I have shown the basic formatting in Excel, but with the formatting feature, you can take it further. To do this, you need to use the Format Cells dialog box. In the next part of this tutorial, I'll show you the detailed uses of this feature. First, I'll show 4 ways to open the Format Cells dialog box in Excel. To get the best results quickly, it's smart to start with first and efficient method. In this case, it's the keyboard shortcut. Press Ctrl plus 1 on your keyboard. The dialog box is before your eyes. You can use the context menu to open the Format Cells dialog box. Right-click on any cell and it will show the context menu. Alternatively, you can press Shift plus F10 button to do the same. From the options, select Format Cells option. And the result is here. Go to the Home tab. In the Cells group of commands, click on the Format drop-down icon. Here, select the Format Cells option. And that's it. Also, you can select the dialog box launcher arrow found in the Font, Alignment and Number group of commands to access the related tab within the Format Cells dialog box. There are 6 tabs in the Format Cells dialog box. The first one is Number, then Alignment, then Font, then Border, Fill, and the last one is ProtectionTab. Let's review the detailed application of all tabs one by one. First, let's open the Format Cells dialog box. Press Ctrl plus 1 to open it. Here, the initial tab you will encounter is the Number tab, where you have the power to configure various data formats. Excel typically starts with the general format for numbers, but you can easily switch it to options like currency, percentage, or fraction based on your specific needs. In the number format, you can add decimal symbol, 1000 separators, and also format negative numbers using this category. Let's say you want to add 2 digits after the decimal and also add 1000 separators. Let's close it for now. First, I'll copy this data by pressing Ctrl plus C and paste them using Ctrl plus V keyboard shortcut in the C5 cell. Now, select cell C5, open the Format Cells dialog box. In the number format, the decimal places is selected 2 by default, but if you want to increase it, you can increase it to 3, 4 or 5. Even you can decrease it to 0 and to keep it as 2. Also, I want to use 1000 separators, so let's check the box and click OK. And here's the result. If you have any negative numbers, you can format them in different ways. Select cell C6, open the Format Cells dialog box. In the number format, here you can show them with a minus sign or with the first bracket. Also, you can change the font color of negative numbers. Here I want to show the negative numbers with first bracket and red color. So select it and click OK. And that's the result. In the currency format, You can also add digits after decimal and control its places like the previous number format. But the new thing is, as it's related to currency, you can seamlessly incorporate currency symbols from a diverse range of global currencies into your Excel documents. By default, I'll insert the $sign. And also you can format negative numbers in this category. Click OK. And here it is. Open the Format Cells dialog box. The accounting format is kind of the same as the currency format. It just doesn't show the formatting for negative numbers because it shows negative numbers in parentheses by default and you cannot alter it. Click OK to apply the format and close the dialog box. Though currency and accounting formats serve to present monetary figures, they have dissimilarity in some aspects. In currency format, the currency symbol is positioned directly ahead of the initial digit within the cell. In contrast, the accounting format aligns the currency symbol to the left while aligning values to the right border of the cell. Select cell C9 and open the Format Cells dialog box. Go to the date format. Here you can change the date format according to your location. So many options are available here, and you can show the date in various styles with long or short format. You can show with the weekday, also you can show in the short format, and other types are also available. I'm selecting the first type and click OK, and here it is. As you input time values into a cell, Microsoft Excel adaptively detects time and processes them. You can format this number as time. Open the Format Cells dialog box. Go to the time category. Here you can set a time with or without AM or PM. Also 12-hour and 24-hour time format is available. Here you can select the location from the available options. I'm using the default English United States and select OK. It's showing 9:36 AM. In the percentage format, cell values are exhibited with a percent symbol, and the sole customizable aspect is the decimal place count. Here, I can use 2 as decimal places. With this, the final output will be like this, 40.00%. But if I lessen the decimal place to 0, it will only show 40%. I want this as the final result in cell C11. So click OK, and here it is. The fraction format allows you to select from a range of pre-existing fraction formats. You can select any one from these types. I'll select the second option up to 2 digits and the output will be like this. Click OK and that's the result. But when you opt to type a fraction in a cell before formatting it in fraction format, you have to be concerned about one thing. Let's make it simpler with an easy example. First, let's delete the value from this cell. If you want to input 5/7 in the cell, look, Excel is considering it as a date. So just don't type 5/7. Let's delete it. First, input a 0, then a space, then write the fraction 5/7 and press enter. Now Excel is considering it as a fraction. The scientific format, often known as the standard or standard index form, provides a concise representation of extremely large and small numbers. This notation finds frequent application among mathematicians, engineers, and scientists. Let's assume you entered a large number in a cell and you want to convert it to scientific format. In this format, you can just customize the decimal places in this dialog box. Here, I want to keep the default 2 as the decimal place. Click OK. And that's the result, 1.25 into e to the power 10. The text format treats data in a cell as text rather than numbers or dates. It preserves leading zeros and prevents automatic formatting changes. Let's say if you want to add a leading 0 to this number and press enter, Excel won't accept any leading zeros in any cell. So what can you do? You can change the cell format to text format. Select the cell, open the Format Cells dialog box, go to the text format option and click OK. Now if you want to add leading zeros and press enter, the 0 is now showing. The content is now aligned with the left border of the cell. It's another proof that Excel is considering it as a text. However, you have to keep one thing in mind, you cannot use them inside functions to calculate anything. You can see a little triangle in the left top corner of the cell in this case. If your activities need to work with zip codes, phone numbers or social security numbers, then special format will be beneficial for you. Here, I selected cell C15 and open the dialog box. In the spatial category, you can see these 4 types: zip code plus 4, phone number, social security number. I want to format this cell content as social security number, so I am selecting it. Also, you can use the location as per your need. Here I'm using the default location English United States and click OK. And that's the final result. If any of the mentioned formats cannot fulfill your criteria, you can make your own custom formats with the custom format. Let's see it. Open the Format Cells dialog box. Here, at last, you can see this custom format option. In the type section, you can find a variety of options available. Also, you can create your own format with the format codes. For details information, you could follow our custom format cells tutorial. You can get this from the description box, or you can click the card at the top right corner of your screen. With the Alignment tab, you can set the alignment of your text. It will give you control over other options also. First, let's open the Format Cells dialog box and go to the Alignment tab. Here, you can align the cell contents horizontally, vertically, or centered. Let's see the examples of horizontal alignment. Generally, numbers are aligned right in any cell, but you can align them to the left border of the cell. In the horizontal category, just select left indent and click OK. And that's it. Also, you can change the alignment of text. Here, I'll select right indent and click OK. And this is the result. Also, you can center the value across selection. Select cell B6 and cell C6. Open the Format Cells dialog box. In the horizontal section, select Center Across Selection and click OK. This option will give you the merged look, but they are actually isolated cells. This option is very advantageous replacement for merging cells because you cannot do some actions on a merged cell. Also, you can indent from any edge of the cell with this indent option. You can increase this indent value from here. On the other hand, you can align the cell content vertically. Open the Format Cells dialog box. Here in the vertical section, just select bottom and click OK. But you cannot see any difference here. If you increase the row height, then you can notice the difference. The content is now aligned at the bottom part of the cell. Let's undo it. Also, there are other options. Open the Format Cells dialog box. Here, you can use the text control options to perform other tasks like wrapping text, shrink to fit, merge cells, etc. If I check the wrap text option and click OK, let's see what happens. If I auto-fit the row, you can see the cell content is accommodating itself in a new line in the same cell. Let's undo the action by pressing Ctrl plus Z. Again, open the Format Cells dialog box and let's see what happens if I use the shrink to fit option. Let's check it and click OK. Look, the font size gets decreased to fit this content into the same cell. Also, you can merge cells. Select cell B9 and cell B10 and open the Format Cells dialog box. Select the Merge Cells option and deselect the Shrink to Fit option and click OK. And these two cells are now merged. And this is the Orientation option. It's a great tool for creative formatting. You can change text orientation with this. Here, I am writing 21 in the degrees box. Click OK. It rotates the cell content from the lower left to the upper right. That means the right edge of my cell content is upwards, and writing negative number in the degrees box will do the opposite. Let's see what the Font tab can do. First, let's select the first three book names and open the Format Cells dialog box. Here, go to the Font tab. You can find various types of fonts available. You can change the font style and size and their color also. Besides, you can apply, underline and different effects to your fonts. Here, I'll use the Times New Roman font. So, let's find it. Here it is. Select it. As the font style, I'll use bold italic. And as the size, let's select 14. From the font color, I'm selecting green accent 6, darker 50%. From the underline section, you can use different types of underline. You can use double or you can use double accounting. Here the gap is slightly increased. I'll use double underline and you can see the total applied formatting in this preview panel. Click OK. And the formatting of cells B5 to B7 is changed. In the dialog box, you saw that you can use superscript and subscript format also. Let's see them practically. Here, I have a book named Pride and Prejudice with a trailing 1. And to make this one superscript, so double-click on the cell and select 1. Open the Format Cells dialog box using Ctrl plus 1 keyboard shortcut. Here, check the box of superscript and click OK. And here it is. You can see the 1 is changed to superscript. Also, you can change any font to subscript. Let's say here I'll change the to subscript. Open the Format Cells dialog box and check the box of subscript and click OK. And here's the result. From the content in cell B8, you can see that superscript text appears above the baseline of the surrounding text. Basically, it's used for notations like exponents, ordinal numbers like first, second or third, etc. And subscript text appears below the baseline of the surrounding text and is typically used for mathematical or chemical formulas. You can apply borders to your selected cells with the help of Border tab. Let's select cell B5, open the Format Cells dialog box, go to the Border tab. Here, you can select any border style from a multiple range of selections. Let's select a thick dashed border. Also, you can change the border color if you want. Here, I'll select orange accent to darker 50%. Also, here are some presets available for quick formatting. This will create an outline border to your selected cells. Also, you can apply borders to your preferable sides of cells using these buttons. You can apply top border, bottom border, left side border, right side border using these buttons. Also, you can click on these borders to apply them. If I click on it again, it will be removed. Again, click on these sides and the border will be applied again. But these two options are now unavailable because here we selected just one cell, so we cannot use these options. You will be able to use these options if you select multiple cells. First, let's apply this border to the cell B5. Click OK and the border is applied. Now, let's select multiple cells. For example, select B6 to cell B15 and again open the Border tab in the Format Cells dialog box. Now, I'll use a preset outline and also I'll select these options. If you select multiple columns, then these options will be available also. Let's click OK to apply these borders. And that's it. Let's see the Fill tab now. Select cell B4 and open the Format Cells dialog box. Here in the Fill tab, you can select different background colors from here. Let's select this color. And here you can see the sample from this panel. Also, you can select pattern color from here and you can choose pattern style from these different options. Select one from the available options. This is thin horizontal crosshatch and the final look will be like this. Also, there are two options, fill effects and more colors. Let's see what they have. In the fill effects dialog box, there is a tab named gradient. Here, you can select single or multicolor. Select the colors from these theme colors and standard colors. You can choose different shading styles from these options. Horizontal, vertical, also you can choose diagonal up, diagonal down, from corner, from center, and see the results in this panel. Also, there are different variants of these options. In the More Colors button, you can see two tabs, one's Custom and another one is Standard. From the Custom options, you can select colors from this palette. Click anywhere on the palette and this color will be selected. In the Color Model section, there are two options, RGB and HSL. RGB means red, green and blue. You can input different values for R, G and B to create your custom color. Also, you can use hex code to choose colors from these vast options. And you can see the current and new color in this panel. Let's change the color model to HSL. Here you can see three different properties named Hue, Sat and Loom. You can change their values too and can get new colors. Now go to the Standard tab. From these colors, you can select any colors from your preference. Let's close the tab. Now I will apply this fill formatting to cell B4. So let's click OK. And the fill color with this pattern is now applied. We can lock or hide cells from the Protection tab. We can't change cell values when we lock some parts of the worksheet. On the other hand, when you use the hidden option, all the formulas associated with cells get hidden. Let's lock the following dataset. First, select the data range B5 to C14, then use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+1. The Format Cells window will open. Go to the Protection tab, mark the locked option and click on the OK button. Your data range is not locked yet. We have to protect the worksheet now. Go to the Review tab and select Protect Sheet from the Protect section. You can add password to protect your sheet. For simplicity, we'll protect the sheet without a password. So click on the OK button. Now try to change any cell element within the dataset. this will encounter a warning message that you can't change the cell element. Now, we'll use the hidden feature. The full names column of this dataset is based on a concatenating formula. In cell D5, the formula is equal to B5 and a space and C5. Now, we'll hide this formula with the hidden feature from the Format Cells dialog box. First, select cells in the D5 to D14 range. Then use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+1. Look, the Protection tab is not available now because I have protected my sheet before. So first I have to unprotect it. Just cancel it and click Unprotect Sheet. Now, open the Format Cells dialog box again and go to the Protection tab. Click on the hidden option and click OK. Again, in the Review tab, click on Protect Sheet option and click OK. And you won't see any formula in the formula bar. To unhide the formula, go to the Review tab and click on the Unprotect Sheet option. And again, they are visible. There are fundamental aspects to keep in mind. Make sure to select the preferred data range before initiating the Format Cells dialog box. Otherwise, the formatting will be applied to the cell that is selected unintentionally. And the second one is, for the locked and hidden feature from the Protection tab to work, make sure to protect the sheet. In this tutorial, I've tried to show you all the aspects of formatting cells in Excel. Download the workbook from the description box so you can practice it yourself. If you have any questions, suggestions or feedback, please let us know in the comments section. You can have a glance at exceldemy.com or join our thriving Exceldemy community forum where you can post your Excel and VBA challenges and get solutions from experts and fellow users. If you like this video, consider subscribing and click the bell icon. Thanks for watching.